Sometimes a loss is so big it feels like the whole world should just stop for a minute. The air feels heavier, the streets seem quieter, and even the music that usually fills every corner of Nashville seems to pause in respect. It's as if the city itself is holding its breath, honoring someone who meant so much to so many. That's how it felt when we heard the news about Brett James. The message spread quickly, but for a moment, time seemed to stand still. Conversations stopped mid-sentence, and people everywhere struggled to process what they were hearing. On September 18, 2025, a terrible quiet fell over Nashville, a city built on sound, story, and song. The usual hum of creativity and collaboration faded, replaced by a hush that spoke volumes about the man we had lost. Brett, a true giant in the world of songwriting, was taken from us far too soon in a tragic plane crash at the age of 57. He was returning from a writing retreat, always searching for the next melody, the next lyric that might touch someone's heart. He wasn't just another songwriter, he was a foundational piece of the music we've all grown up with, cried to, and celebrated with. His songs became the soundtrack to our lives, marking moments both big and small. His words were our words, and his heart beat in time with ours through the radio. Whether you were driving down a back road or sitting in your living room, Brett's music was there, connecting us all. Losing someone like Brett James is like losing a part of our collective story. His influence reached far beyond the studio walls, shaping the very soul of country music and inspiring countless artists and fans. The news of the crash in North Carolina was a shock wave that rippled through everyone who knew him, worked with him, or was simply touched by his incredible gift. Social media filled with tributes, and strangers shared stories of how his songs had changed their lives. The National Transportation Safety Board is investigating what happened, but for those of us left behind, the only thing we know for sure is that the world of music has lost one of its brightest lights. The questions may linger, but the ache of his absence is immediate and real. Brett was more than just a name on a songwriting credit. He was a collaborator, a friend, and a source of inspiration. He lifted others up, always eager to share his wisdom and his laughter, making every room he entered a little brighter. The silence he leaves behind is deafening, but the echo of his songs will play on forever. Every lyric, every chord is a reminder of the passion and love he poured into his craft. We have to hold on to that because his music is the greatest gift he left for all of us. In every note, his spirit lives on, and Nashville will never forget the mark he made on our hearts. Every songwriter dreams of writing that one song, the kind of song that doesn't just top the charts, but truly changes lives. It's the song that lingers in the air long after the last note fades, echoing in the hearts of listeners everywhere. These are the songs that become part of the cultural fabric, woven into memories, celebrations, and even moments of struggle. For Brett James, that song was Jesus, Take the Wheel, a song that would define a chapter of his career and touch millions. Co-written with Gordy Sampson and Hillary Lindsey, it's a masterpiece of storytelling and faith, born from a simple writing session that turned into something extraordinary. The song tells the story of a young mother in crisis, surrendering control in a moment of fear, a narrative so vivid you can feel the cold air, the tension in her hands, and the panic in her heart as she faces the unknown. When Carrie Underwood recorded it for her debut album in 2005, her powerful voice brought the story to life, and it became an instant phenomenon. It wasn't just a country song anymore. It was an anthem of hope and surrender that crossed genres and generations, resonating with people from all walks of life. The song shot to #1 on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart and stayed there for 6 weeks, dominating the airwaves and playlists everywhere. It won a Grammy for Best Country Song, a testament to its artistry and emotional power. And it was even nominated for Song of the Year, standing alongside the biggest hits in music. But more than the awards, its true impact was in the lives it touched. People who found comfort, hope, and strength in its message during their darkest moments. Brett helped create a vessel for people's pain and hope, giving them a song to hold on to when they needed it most. That's the magic of a truly great song. It heals, it connects, and it endures. And Jesus, Take the Wheel is one of the most healing and unforgettable songs ever written, a true gift to the world. When you are the voice of a song that means so much to so many, you carry not just the melody, but the hopes, dreams, and emotions of everyone who has ever been touched by those lyrics. The songwriter who created it holds a special place in your heart, becoming a silent partner in every performance, every standing ovation, and every quiet moment of reflection. For Carrie Underwood, Brett James was the architect of the song that launched her career, the creative force behind the anthem that introduced her to the world and changed her life forever. Her reaction to his passing was filled with raw, genuine sorrow, a grief that was impossible to hide and even harder to put into words. She described his death as just unfathomable, a word that perfectly captures the shock and senselessness of it all, the feeling that something so vital has been taken far too soon. Carrie shared that Brett was the epitome of cool, a calm, confident presence in a high-pressure industry, someone who made everyone around him feel at ease, no matter the stakes. She spoke about the songs he wrote for her, including the iconic Jesus Take the Wheel, a song that became a defining moment in her career and resonated with millions. Carrie made a heartfelt promise: "I won't ever sing one note of them again without thinking of him. Every lyric, every note will now be a tribute to his memory." That statement is heartbreakingly beautiful, a testament to the deep bond between artist and songwriter, and the way music can immortalize those we love. His spirit will live on in every performance, in every note sung on stage, and in the collective memory of fans who continue to be moved by his words. And in every tear shed by an audience member moved by those words, his legacy grows even stronger, echoing through the hearts of all who listen. His songs are now a living memorial, a constant reminder of the man who wrote them and the gift he shared with the world, inspiring both artists and fans alike. Carrie also said, "Brett's passing is leaving a hole in all of us that I fear won't ever go away." The music community mourns not just a songwriter, but a friend and mentor. The hole he leaves is shaped like all the future songs he will never get to write, all the melodies that will remain forever silent, and all the stories left untold. And all the future moments of connection he will never get to create, the collaborations and friendships that will never have the chance to blossom. But Carrie's promise ensures that his presence will be felt every time his music is played, and that his legacy will continue to inspire for generations to come. Brett James's talent couldn't be contained by just one genre. He was a musical chameleon, a master craftsman who could write a hit for anyone. His catalog is staggering, over 500 songs recorded by some of the biggest names in music. He wrote for a young Taylor Swift, collaborated with Kelly Clarkson, and co-wrote Who Says You Can't Go Home with Bon Jovi and Richie Sambora. His versatility was his superpower, bridging genres and connecting with any audience. He could write a deeply spiritual song one day and a fun, upbeat anthem the next. That's why his songs have been recorded by artists as diverse as Martina McBride, Kenny Chesney, Backstreet Boys, and Chicago. He wasn't just a country songwriter, he was a songwriter, period. Brett showed us that great music has no boundaries. The impact of a great songwriter isn't just measured in #1 hits, it's measured in the lives they touch. For Jason Aldean, Brett James was more than just a writer. He was a mentor and a friend. Jason recorded Brett's song, The Truth, which became a massive hit and a signature moment in his career. But their relationship went much deeper than just one song. In the early days of an artist's career, having someone like Brett in your corner can make all the difference. Brett had the gift of writing songs that felt pulled directly from an artist's own life. He built relationships, invested in artists, and celebrated their successes as if they were his own. Jason's tribute is a reminder of the ripple effect of Brett's life and work. He didn't just write songs, he helped build careers and changed lives. The heartbreak Jason feels is shared by so many who owe a piece of their success to Brett James. When you write as many hits as Brett James did, the awards are bound to follow. But Brett's accolades were more than just trophies. They reflected the immense respect he earned from his peers. He was named ASCAP's Country Songwriter of the Year twice, in 2006 and 2010. He won a Grammy for Best Country Song for Jesus, Take the Wheel. His work was a constant presence at every major music awards show for 2 decades. In 2020, he was inducted into the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame, the highest honor in Music City. It placed him among legends and acknowledged his role in shaping country music. Brett's career was a masterclass in consistency, excellence, and storytelling. It's one thing to be a successful songwriter, but it's another to be a beloved one. Brett James was both. Paul Williams, president of ASCAP, called Brett a songwriting force of nature who wrote big hits but had an even bigger heart. Brett's creative energy was infectious. He made you want to be better, to dig deeper, to find the magic in a melody. But he did it all without ego. In a competitive industry, Brett was a collaborator, not a competitor. He mentored young songwriters, shared his wisdom, and celebrated the success of others. His kindness was as much a part of his legacy as his catalog of hits. He moved through the world with grace and humility, building connections everywhere he went. Brett's big heart left an indelible mark on everyone lucky enough to know him. While we all knew Brett James through his incredible songs, he was so much more than the music he wrote. He was a devoted family man, a skilled pilot, and someone with a deep passion for life. His songs were so full of life because he lived a life that was full. His love for flying was well known, and though it's a tragic irony, it's also a reminder that he lived fearlessly. He was always exploring, always learning, always pushing himself to experience everything life had to offer. Brett was also a man of deep faith, which guided his kindness and humility. He treated people with respect and compassion because that's who he was at his core. Ultimately, Brett James was a man who loved to tell stories, and the greatest story he ever told was his own life. The melodies he wrote were the soundtrack, but the man himself was the masterpiece. How do you say goodbye to a legend? The truth is, you don't. The music of Brett James is so woven into the fabric of our lives that he will never truly be gone. His spirit and stories live on through the songs he left behind. Every time a radio station plays one of his hits, every time a congregation sings Jesus, Take the Wheel, Brett James will be there. His legacy is in the moments his music created, the love, the hope, the comfort. He gave us the words when we couldn't find them ourselves. The silence left by his absence is profound, but the foundation he built is strong. He inspired a generation of songwriters to write with more heart and kindness. So, while we mourn, we must also celebrate the gift he gave us. His song will never end because it's our song now, a timeless melody of a life well lived. Thank you, Brett. Your story and your song will play on forever.